Hello everyone, today I'm going to present the project Tilt Responsive Techniques for Digital Drawing Board. Drawing boards offer a shelf-stable work surface that is continuously adjustable, offering artists the freedom to ink, read, and draw with several postures. During the last decade, we've seen the same trend with digital displays, such as the Samsung Space Monitor, the Wacom ThinkTank, and the Surface Studio, opening up a class of techniques that sense and responds to tilt adjustment. A vertical monitor offers reading a document but not writing on it with a stylus. Angle drafting tables allow close engagement with one's ID, but a vertically oriented screen is better suited to present refined ideas to others. And none of those devices offer a user experience that sense and responds to shifting display angles. To address this problem and explore a range of scenarios on the Surface Studio, we sense display posture and the continuous transitions in between with a tilt sensor. We show how a variety of knowledge work scenarios can use sense display adjustment to drive context-appropriate transitions. Our first prototype launches to a lock screen, displaying notifications and from where user can log into a session. As the screen reaches a low angle, this reveals detailed private information such as notification. The map application uses tilt to control a perspective view of a city. At vertical, the screen shows the skyline, as if looking through the screen into a miniature cityscape. At the user tilt down, the view of the city rotates until reaching an overhead view. This experience well demonstrates our use of the transfer function to transition between low and vertical position. In another example, we explore the duality between messy tidy and private public while filling sticky notes. While in the low angle posture, the user can jot down notes on orange stickies which can be left lying around the screen like a messy desk. If a coworker comes in, you can angle the display vertical to automatically tidy the annotation and hides personal information. Our Teleconf app explores a solution that uses a display tilt to transition between person space and task space. When vertical, the display emphasizes person space. Tilting down then transitions to task space, where the user can mark up a shared document or whiteboard. Participants made mainly positive comments about disabling the camera when tilted or horizontal, but also articulated the benefit of focusing the remote audience on content. The Document app supports fluid transition between the reading versus writing tasks typical of active reading. Users can read and edit text with the display in vertical orientation. Tilting down then let them write or annotate with ink directly on their document from a convenient display posture. Participants perceive tilting as less effortful to automatically call out commands and recognize unwritten ink as text versus navigating the many UI commands and options typical of current practice. To stabilize the tilt motion, we implemented a transfer function that supports both relative motion for fine adjustments and absolute motion to maintain a direct mapping between orientation and the semantic of a sense context. We also implemented a tilt side channel toolbar to solve key issue of surfacing cross-application functionality associated with tilt, even though tilting has application-specific mappings. Side channel commands include clutching to freeze the contents, as well as invoking a general purpose annotation layer. Participants designated our document and Teleconf apps as the most compelling experiences. Both of these scenarios evoke situations where users would already implicitly adjust their screen angle, typically driven by the use of the pen to mark up content. Our reading versus writing transition offers a better writing angle and more space for unwritten annotations, but also implicitly leverages the tilt adjustment necessary for pen use. Participants also mentioned difficulties with current telework user interfaces to find whiteboards and document sharing during video calls. This suggests that when the UI responds appropriately, implicit use of tilt can also lower the perceived effort to access certain program functionality. We received mixed responses to our lock screen app experience. Responses were only positive if the experience dove detail with the user existing practice. For example, for people who typically put the screen vertical to angle the screen, the lock screen did not suit their needs. Thank you very much for your attention.